So with all the patchwork that I make, I've been looking into quilting coats and jackets.
It's our set.
As I always do, I like to look at inspiration and what sort of things are out there. And as I always do, I like to share with you. Even if you don't like the look of a quilted jackets and patchwork and wearing it all the time, you must agree that it is kind of cool to be hugged by a blanket. This is why I'm thinking of doing some designs for the spring summer. Maybe not as heavy as I would have done for the winter. But this winter I failed to do one of the quilted jeans jacket, and I thought of having another go. There's a few companies that I have been following for the longest time, and some people that I just found. This new company I found, I say company, it looks like it's just a one-woman show. She's from Lithuania, and she's called Moson. And I love how cute her work is. She has this animals, prints and the little houses, and she makes them to order. So she would put like the fabrics together and say, if you want one, I will make it like this. There's a few samples. I'll show you some of the samples that I have seen from her. And there is one particular coat that is literally just black with some white stitching, and I think it's absolutely gorgeous. She likes to play with the shapes and forms. It's quite quirky and quite playful. I really, really love this one. She loves to work with color and shapes, and some of them could be a little bit more kid-like, but it's very playful. There's a taste for everything, and I can guarantee you that I can find the quilted coat for you or quilted jacket of your own taste. Another person that I would like to share with you is called Brittney Frey. I really love her Instagram page. She does coats not only for adults but also for kids. There's one particular one that is really, really my sort of thing. It's a little girl, and it's wearing like a lighter color with a very dark blue corner and a sleeve. I really like that kind of design because it's the sort of thing that I like doing with patchwork, just putting a little bit of a color in one place. Sometimes you can do the patchwork just by getting all different pieces of fabric, and sometimes you just want to do like color block. And I really like her stuff. She always does coats for animals, which I think is super cute. My dog has a lot of hair, so for most part she doesn't need a coat. I think I bought her a coat, and she's wearing like twice last winter when it was very, very cold. So there's a few little hooded coats and for kids, and there's also color block for men and for women and animals, as I said. I love how beautiful the patchwork gets bigger. So it's like bigger pieces, bigger colors, and it's very bold. And I really love because it gives personality. I think we are kind of a little bit too used to go and buy our clothes, and everybody's looking the same. And for most part, if you're not spending a lot of money, you're not really buying anything that is of any quality. The high street, what the vast majority of people has access to, really is fast fashion, and for most part the fabrics are not good, the methods of sewing ain't good, and none of it turns out to be a quality product. So when you make your own clothes, I've been making my clothes for a year and a bit, almost 2 years. I do wear other clothes that I don't make. This one I made it, and I think I'm showing one of the videos already. The weather is getting a little bit better, so I'm happy to start wearing my blouses again and my dresses. But you don't have to make everything. But once you start making things, you start realizing that actually this thing is pulling, so I will fix it. This thing is too big, so I will make it smaller. You fit it to your own body and taste. And then I just found it really difficult to go and pick something from the rack and wear it, because all our body shapes are different and your body changes. So it's so difficult to find something that fits you. It is exactly your style. It is good quality at a good price. I work with a lot of secondhand textiles, and I work with upcycling garments that already exist. So I have access, actually we all have access to really good quality textiles that needs a little bit of a twist, a little bit of a work. This is something that I'm very passionate about, and I always wanted to do something with this. I would like to show people. Some people in the comments sometimes talked and said that, oh, it's so nice that, now I look at our garments, and thanks to listening to you, I look at garments now and I see fabric. And that's exactly what I see. I see potential on things. So when I see people doing these beautiful pieces of fabric and then converting it into a coat, I just absolutely love it. When we think of maybe doing a quilt coat, or to wear a quilt coat, most people think about, oh, it's all the crazy colors and lots of small pieces of fabric. And it doesn't really need to be like that. You literally could choose one color and just pick all the pieces of fabric that have that one color. Or you could just choose just solid colors and do block of color, or solid colors of the same color with different tones. So you could make a little fabric that is unique, and because it's unique, the coat will be unique, or the jacket. There's this other account called Laylee Lemon. Sorry, I'm probably not pronouncing it or reading it properly. Laylee Lemon, I think it is called. I don't know the names of all the patchwork blocks, but I've seen this as a very traditional ones that we've seen in the past many times. And she put a twist on them, as in they are much more modern colors. They are quite toned down. They are playful, of maybe just 2 or 3 colors tops. They are quite neutral. So you can make something really still quite special, but with the colors that are a little bit more calm down and relaxed. And you wouldn't even think of a quilt once you see the jacket. You just think, oh, that's a really nice jacket. On her Instagram, you can see all sorts of items, not just jackets. She does all sorts of things. And it is such a medium, quilts, because we have such a wealth of fabrics, and sometimes I really don't understand why people buy like quilted cotton, like brand new, super expensive, just because it's a designer's name. I understand the approach to it, and if you're a quilter and if you are somebody who's passionate about making these quilts, I understand why you will go and buy these things firsthand. But my point is, there is such a wealth of textiles everywhere. I've seen videos of people from many countries thrifting materials, thrifting clothes, secondhand textiles. There's such a wealth of textiles out there that I don't know if we need to carry on buying new. I don't know if we need to carry on printing new stuff. Maybe we should use what we have. Maybe we should use most of what we have, and then we can produce a smaller percentage new. I understand that it's fun to have the latest colors, the latest, designer collection of fabrics and things like that, but you can actually make your own fabric. I mean, that's what quilting is. Quilting is about picking pieces and making a new piece of fabric. So you don't need to depend upon a designer to come up with a set of colors or a set of designs, a new collection, and then another new collection, and then another new collection. And then I go to the thrift stores and I see bolts and bolts and bolts of cotton, quilted cotton that people had in the stash and I never used. I am 100% sure that in my lifetime I probably won't be using all my stash, but I'm doing my damnedest to do as much as possible. Quilting is a very old craft, and many cultures around the history of the humanity have been using it. Two of my favorite quilting styles are the what you call kantha and Boro, or that uses sashiko in Japan. And kantha is mostly Indian, I think. I'd correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it is just Indian. Both these quilting styles come from the need of reusing what we've got, the need of warmth, the need of wrapping ourselves around with cloth. And when the cloth gets, I'm not going to explain to you what the rags, to put rags into a new quilt, because this is, if you're here, you probably know a little bit about quilting. There's this company called Namai Studio, and they make all sorts of, it's a clothing brand, and they make kantha cloth into jackets, into bags, into hats. The reason why I love this brand is because the textiles that they're using are very traditional. There are sometimes saris that's being stitched together, many layers to make a new textile. But there is a very big modern twist. The coats and the jackets, the seams of the pattern pieces are being framed by bias tape and in color, so it'll almost look like it's being drawn in black or pink or yellow or whatever they chose for the one piece that they have. And I absolutely love the color combinations. Some of them are like really super chaotic, which is totally my jam. Or sometimes it's much more muted and the colors are a little bit more chosen according to be part of a family. Namai Studio is definitely absolutely gorgeous. If you want to have a look at a quilt, a coat that is a little bit more modern, that has a little bit more of like a cool, chill vibe, they are very, very good as an inspiration firm. And if you have the money and want to support the brand, of course, as to buy from them. If you're here, you probably want to sew and you want to make your own. But yeah, they're absolutely gorgeous. Whenever I am on Instagram and doom scrolling as you do, it just put a smile on my face to see all this beautiful color coming through and these beautiful creations that even if you were to make a coat from the same cloth, you will never have two pieces the same because the positions of the fabrics will be different, and as I say, even from the same cloth, the two jackets will be different. So truly unique, each piece, and it gives you a sense of why do we have to be cookie cutters? I don't get it. Let's just be people. Let's just be different. I just never really got into. There was no cookie cutter that could cut around me perfectly. So I have been trying to make my own form and trying to make my own shape. There's literally quite a few hundred people that I follow that makes these kind of beautiful items. So I can't be naming all of them. I will put in the description below all the people that I mentioned here, plus a lot of other people that I can't be talking and showing all the. I might show some of the pictures and I'll put the links below. But I like to mention this lady I think is Anemone. Sorry, I don't know if it's a name or it's the name of the company. Okay, so it's the name of the company. Her name is Ashley Savell. Almost like Sevilla, but not quite. Anyway, she's from Vermont in the US. She makes these most beautiful boiled wool blankets. That's what it looked like to me. She makes this like kind of almost short cropped jackets. Absolutely gorgeous. I understand that Vermont is quite cold because it's quite close to Canada. So I would have thought, yeah, because in some of the pictures there's snow everywhere. I would have thought it's even colder than here. And therefore these jackets make perfect sense. She also has some beautiful quilted jackets and bags and caps. And they're super, super cute. What I like from her style is that there's a lot of people making these jackets and upcycling for sale or for themselves. But the way she does the cat is quite boxy, but no to the point that it's a little bit you swimming in your jacket. It's beautiful, beautifully done. Everybody, even though there's a lot of upcyclers out there and they're using similar textiles to work with, and they do kind of similar codes, I feel like there is a distinctive signature in each one of these brands. There's a couple of jackets, and the way she does like the placket will be on a color that's reminiscent of denim. And then she will show you the beginning of some of the quilts and then how the end product will be. So I cannot do a quilting jacket video without talking about Boro. So Boro is a way of mending old clothes, but it's an aesthetic that has become now, it's originally from Japan. It's a very traditional thing, but nowadays I think Instagram has taken it to a point where lots of people have a go at it, and some people are creating the most amazing quilted jackets and other types of wearables. And I think there's a lot of nostalgia when you maybe wear a borrowed piece or wear something that is being patched up and is being quilted over quilting, you know. So I have this a couple of Instagram accounts I follow, and there's also there's a Japanese creator here on YouTube, and I think it's a young couple, and they make all sorts of clothing, and they make them really beautiful, aesthetically done jackets, and they do like sewing vlogs and a little bit of a life in Japan. I think it's like a rural setting. It's quite beautiful and it's quite inspirational. And the pieces that they make are quite gorgeous. And then they put a link to the sales, and they go straight away. And I can understand why. They are really, really cool. So anyway, I wanted to show some of the jackets and some of the name. I can't talk about all of them, but I will put pictures and descriptions about all of these artists. I will put any of the pictures that I show, I will put the names in the screen, and there will be links down in the description. My point is there's so many textiles out there. You don't have to buy brand new. You probably already have your fabric in your wardrobe, or your partner's wardrobe, or your children's wardrobe. You probably have a lot of textiles that you're not using anymore in the attic. You have it, or you discard them there, or you could thrift them for very little money, or you could thrift them for a little bit more money. But even if you spend a little bit more money on thrifting, you still can get a lot of really good quality fabrics that you probably won't be able to get. My point is, can we stop buying new for a little bit, or can we stop buying new so much? Can we reuse what we've got as a collective and make something beautiful? Please. Can we do that, please? The whole point of me having this channel is that I want to show my journey of what I'm doing, but I want you to be creative and to have fun with what we've got, and to be a little bit more environmentally aware. Let's use what we've got. Anyway, I am preachy as I always do. When I started recording these videos, I start talking, and there's so many points that I want to make. Sometimes I write them down and I loosely talk about them. But I am so passionate about reusing what we've got as a collective. It's not what I've got I should use. It's what we've got we should use, all of us. I have given some of my stash to the thrift stores nearby, because sometimes I feel like I'm not going to be using this fabric anymore. I've done something with it, and it's right at the back of my mind. I want to move on to something else. But there's still enough fabric there to somebody could either put it together and make a coat, or put it together and make something else, a quilt, a blanket, a shirt, whatever. There's so many things that we can do. Anyway, now I'm definitely gonna let go. I think I feel like this video is being all over the place. Anyway, I think I'm gonna let it here. I hope you find some inspiration, and I hope you go to your wardrobe, find something, and get on sewing. Anyway, please like and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.